So bunkers, right? Billionaires going in bunkers. They're building them in Kansas, in South Dakota, in Texas, even down in New Zealand, marketed as politically stable, and in Switzerland, in the mountains. There's a long tradition of building defense caves for elite clients. That's where all the bankers are. They've tried to privatize their survival. It is a historical echo of a feudal castle. It reflects the collapse of social trust. The elites know that their time is ticking and the system is failing. They could act and save the world and be a hero. Instead, they're building bunkers. Some of these bunkers even have multi-level flats, shooting ranges, and hydroponics, and a cinema. The biggest one is in the Czech Republic, marketing themselves oppidum as the largest billionaire bunker in the world. It even has an art gallery. But what they are not considering, it seems, is that power for a billionaire is actually not your money. It's the network around them, the staff, the data, the public institutions, the governments, the army. Going into a bunker cuts you off from all of that. It's a retreat, not a throne. Once sealed into their bunker, the billionaire ceases to be a player in global politics or finance. They are reduced to the same conditions as a miner or a submarine crew, except they have a cinema. Actually, submarines have the nice perks. They are reliant in their bunker on the stockpiles they brought in, and they will be unable to influence the world outside. Even the most advanced bunkers can only support life for a couple of years. Decades max. Your food will run out, your medicine will run out, and they still rely on external supply chains. All of these bunkers have been designed with one key fallibility. They are dependent on being staffed. All of these designs assume that hired staff will still serve these billionaires in their bunkers. But many staff will just walk away, rebel, or worse, give us the keys. Who's going into the bunker with you? You've no power anymore. Why would I do that? Outside is socialism. Who's going to work for you in that bunker? Their leverage vanishes. They have no more access to the police or the courts or the army. A bunker lord is just another mouth to feed. And the world moves on. You've buried yourself alive. You can stay down there. If you try to emerge, you get shot in the face. A new government will immediately rise and ecosystems will shift. A billionaire now risks re-emerging. Their fortune is gone. The money, the currency it was in, doesn't exist. Their companies have been nationalized and new rulers are in charge. And bounty hunters are looking for the bunkers. The bunker is being marketed to the billionaires, but it's nothing more than their own tombs, disguised as palaces. They're entombing themselves like an old Egyptian pharaoh, surrounded by their favorite trinkets, but as soon as you go in, you abandon your power. In critical theory, this would be classed as the ultimate privatization of risk. Instead of building collective resilience for what's ahead, they're building solitary man caves. But those caves are not the center of command. It's less of an actual solution to protect them and more of a psychological coping mechanism that's being exploited by the people who build bunkers. It's a hedge against their real fear, but it's a move that will sever them from the very structures that made them powerful. In 1780s France, many nobles withdrew into their rural castles, convinced the big walled estates would protect their titles. But when the revolution came, their distance made them irrelevant. Their political influence collapsed, and many returned only to face either confiscation or the guillotine. The strategy of retreating has always left power vacuums that just create new blocks. You're so easily replaced no matter how many billions and billions of dollars you have. If you try to retreat into a bunker, you are immediately cut off from all structures of power. Same in Russia when the Bolsheviks came. The aristocrats fled to their country manors, and they were starved out and executed. And they were totally rendered irrelevant to Russian society. Some of them went to Paris and Berlin and started calling themselves the real Russia. They never went back to Russia. Russia moved on. Hitler went into a bunker. What did he do in there? Did he come out? No, he killed himself. His proclamations became meaningless and his bunker became a tomb. Everyone in America is going on about that let them theory at the moment, and I think bunkers is a good example of let them. Let them isolate their power blocks. Remember that even the most advanced bunker relies on external supply chains. Once they go underground, they self-neutralize. You can find the bunkers. Local planning and zoning maps already show the geography of terrain and what's being built. For example, Survival Condo in Kansas, United States, is a developer that markets units. Vios X Point is a developer in South Dakota using the Black Hills Army Depot. In the Czech Republic, I can't pronounce this, it's near here. But this is publicly available. We don't have to do anything, just wait outside. Hundreds of Cold War defense bunkers are already catalogued by Britannia. It literally is in heritage documentation. Another one is Rising S Company, a Texas manufacturer, marketing modular underground shelters at scale. They have a whole marketing catalogue. Capitalism will eat itself. To sell a bunker to a billionaire, you must first zone it and promote it. Ergo, paper trail. You don't have to get them out of their bunker. You just have to stop the supply going in.